Okay, we're back for part 2. This is the last example. Example number 4. Find the slope of the tangent to the curve y equals 2 root x minus 5 times x squared minus x to the negative a half at the point x equals 2. So, what are we looking at here? Well, folks, we have first function times the second function. So each of these are individual functions. We need to find the slope of the tangent. What does that mean? Well, slope of the tangent means we need to find the derivative of this function, and that will give us the general formula for the derivative. And then once we find the general formula for the derivative, we find the specific derivative, specific slope at this particular point. So let's go through and find this. So slope of the tangent means find the derivative. Now in order to find that derivative, you've got a mixture of, you'll notice, roots and exponents. Convert everything to exponential form first. Once you do that, it will make it much easier to find the derivative. So, to do that, you have y equals 2x to the power of a half minus 5 times x squared minus x to the negative 2. That is the original y function. Now we're going to find the derivative. The derivative of the first set of brackets is going to be 2 times a half times x to the negative a half, multiplied by the second function, plus, now remember where that came from, this 2 half x to the negative a half is the derivative of this. The derivative of 5 is 0, so that's why there is nothing left after that. Then we multiply it by the second bracket, and we add the first bracket times the derivative of the second one. So the derivative of this is 2x plus. Why is it plus? Because you had a minus, and then you bring the minus 2 in front. A minus and a minus make plus. 2x to the negative 3. Why is it negative 3? Well, remember, for the power rule, it says that we bring the exponent to the front, and then we have x, and what we do with the exponent is we reduce the exponent by 1, subtract by 1. And that's why it turns into 2x to the negative 3. So what do you get as an answer? Well, we don't need the simplified form of this, folks. We needed the derivative. Once we know what the derivative is, we can then plug in our value for x. We can plug in at x equals 2. And yes, it's very important that you write this statement, because it's telling me you're plugging it into this derivative equation. And you get 1 over root 2 times 4 minus 1 over 4. Where did that come from? Well, 2 times a half is 1. We plugged in a 2 here. 2 to the negative a half is 1 over root 2. 2 squared is 4 minus 2 to the negative 2, which is 1 over 4. That's where that came from. Plus 2 root 2 minus 5 times 2 times 2, which is 4, plus 2 times, hold on, now what was that we just saw? Plus 2 to the negative 3, which is 1/8. 2 times 1/8 is 2/8. You should be able to reduce that to give you 1/4. All right, once we've done that, we can simplify this even further. So you have y prime is equal to, now how are we going to get these answers? 4 minus 1/4 is 15 over 4 times 1 over root 2. So that turns itself into 15 root 2 over 8. Where did that come from? Remember that 1 over root 2 rationalized is root 2 over 2. Root 2 over 2 times 15 over 4 gives you 15 root 2 over 8. plus, now where did the next one come from? Let's look here. This is 17 over 4. 17 over 4 times 2 root 2, which is 17 root 2. So 17 over 4 times 2 root 2 turns itself into 17 root 2 over 2. Next, this is 17 over 4 times negative 5, which turns into negative 85 over 4. The goal is, folks, is that sometimes you'll be exposed to a course that doesn't allow a calculator, and you have to be able to do simple calculations in your head. And these are simple calculations here. So, y prime is then equal to, well, we need a common denominator of 8, and the numerator will turn itself into 15 root 2 plus 68 root 2 minus 170, all with a common denominator of 8. Well, that 15 root 2 plus the 68 will turn itself into 83 root 2 minus 85, all over 8. And this is the exact answer, folks, so without a calculator. All right, that's the end of the product rule. Take care. Have a good night.